Okay, guys, guess what? We got some great news. 3.6 has finally gone to Wave 1 for the PTU. Yes, if you're a subscriber, you now have access to Wave 1 for the PTU. So we do have the patch notes. We do have a bit of an update when it comes to the launcher. So let's just jump straight into it, because I want to start playing this. I really, really do. And I'm making this video while it downloads because that's how much I want to play it. But let's jump into it. 3.6.10 PTU 2041640 patch notes. I think I got that number right. Alpha 3.6 has been released and the PTU is now available to test. Patch should now show PTU 2041640. Strongly recommended that your players delete their user folder for the public client after patching, particularly if you start with cat resisting some bugs and errors. To be honest, guys, I just uninstalled both my launchers and reinstalled it. Because new launcher down here. And I just basically got rid of the old one, just so it wasn't going to cause any problems. Apparently you can update your game with the old one. I don't know if it works or not. I just thought it'd be easier just to scrap it all and just start again. So yeah, I don't have to worry about deleting my user folder either. Now obviously update user.config settings are displayed session info 1, which obviously shows the little QR code up the top. This will display a QR code that will be used for tracking down server information when looking for your bug reports and videos. You can be disabled by setting it to 0. Note the patch does not contain all intended features that will be added iteratively and the notes as they become available. Additionally, some features may be implemented in a partial state and such are not ready for testing. For those features that are reached playable state will be added detailed notes and added to the testing focus. In addition, not all ships are currently pledged as copy is disabled. Not all ships are currently available and pledge copy is disabled. We'll provide a small section of ships for you to use for now. So the new launcher. We're using a new launcher, unverified launcher version 1.20. You must download the new launcher and access it to the 3.6 PTU. There's the link there. That obviously takes you to a new page, which is this. And then it has obviously the code or the link for you to go and download. So yeah. Testing focus. Ship's combat balance. Ship shields. Missile damage. Missile countermeasures. Flight, hover mode, acceleration control, head tracking, P-52 Archimedes, ship component decoration, ship purchasing, pip accuracy, and ship flight jitter. Known issues. You'll experience some instability and crashes when gathering data on the back end and will be monitoring closely. Our sub-terminals at Area May 18 may not function correctly, which is kind of inconvenient. The update crewmanage law system and VoIP features are partially implemented with some missing behavior and needed elements. We will not be describing or taking feedback on this topic just yet. Hover mode has some impending changes, updates, and we will not be taking feedback on it those complete. Textures will be displayed across the visor on some helmets. Depending on ship, sometimes when attempting to file an insurance claim, the timer will either start with a long delay or never start at all. And head tracking. So, new features. General. Added a hold to the active option for head tracking, available in the comms menu. Added option to select head tracking, source, and camera selection. Universe. Added automated turrets to the Grimhex. Woo! Missions. That's going to make life a little bit more interesting. Oh my god, they're firing at me. Missions. Added illegal style delivery missions for prohibited and stolen goods. I really want to check that out. Ships and vehicles. Added hover mode. Hover mode will automatically engage near planetary surfaces at a low enough speed. When engaged, ships will swap to volatile thruster modes, which will include alternate thrusting configuration when applicable. However, when in hover mode, the ship will hover level until the player gives an input. Pitch forward, back will result in moving forward and back. Roll will result in lateral movement. If the ship attains enough forward velocity, it will automatically switch to rear thrust driven forward flight. Meaning, you go fast enough, it goes off VTOL mode and goes into normal flight mode. Added ship purchasing to the kiosk to the ship's shops around the verse. Added a visual wear to ship components to tweak the parameters of wear. Ship weapons now have visual degradation on the rate of normal degradation for ship components has been increased. Degradation can accumulate through time and through specific behaviors. Frequent overheating and damage. Added misfire events to ship components. So ship components now have the chance to misfire. The base chance of a component in perfect condition is extremely low. Misfire chances increase in the increased degradation, damage and heat. Misfire can be minor visual bips, major with periods of reduced functionality or critical temporary shutdown, i.e. don't ride on the engines because otherwise they might stop working. New ship is the P-52 Archimedes, and the new ship weapon is the Max Hawk neutron repeaters. Rapid fire, short range, medium weapons found in size 1 through to 3 uses neutron style damage, which has damage that increases over its range. Available at Center Mass. Added nozzle flaps to the F7C and F7CM. Group thrusted into power group, which can now be throttled to control thruster acceleration. Thruster power throttle is default bound to right alt plus mouse wheel and is available in the key binding menu. Allow players to track current power thrust to thrust, throttle to thrust. A meter of percentage power has replaced what was hydrogen fuel meter, and a hydrogen fuel has moved to a statistic percentage readout on the bottom of the HUD. Added cargo grid to the Valkyrie. Woohoo! Yeah! And we finally got there, boys and girls. FPS added the ability to free look and active head tracking while holding a weapon. Now, free look now first person now operates as rather than holds a smart toggle. New FPS weapon is the Behringer F38 pistol. So the new FPS weapon is the class weapon SMG, because, you know, we never have enough SMGs. A solid and independent laser submachine gun with repeater for durability and reliability and accuracy, and can be purchased at Center Mass and Centrist Objects. Featured update. General. Tralascan and roll motion for head tracking has been temporarily removed. Unidentified tracking VR, IR, and FOP head tracking buttons. Universe. Complete and update the rest stop exteriors and shapes, including thematic variations. Move Delmar further away from Crusader and into its own object container. Oh, cool. Updated commodity prices to reflect the addition of black markets and stolen goods. Updated several locations to now use decoupled lighting for improved visual look. Reduced the volume of the combat music and added an option to mute this music event. Added the ability for the AI pilots to strafe during passes. Added OxyPen and MediPen to Lawville, Tammy and Sons shop. Updated transit system to streamline flow and usage. I remember seeing in the Star System Discord leak, max time now for a train is about 30 seconds, which is really, really cool. So trains are now on a loop with multiple trains on each line, which should reduce waiting time across the board. Elevators can now move to any pad hangar and are no longer specific to one hangar pad. A selection of available destinations will be available via interaction at the interior elevator button panel. So in other words, it's like any other elevator. Updated average skill level for AI players to increase variation. Updated the expanded player carryable items. Added clustering for mineable entities. Mineable rocks now appear in medium to large clusters rather than single rocks, and their locations have been updated to reflect this. Lighting and passes on exterior to underground facilities. Various visual tweaks around Lawville. Increases the refinery kiosk payout to give a slightly higher yield to mined materials, which is desperately needed because mining was really kind of a poor man's game, to be honest. Missions re-enabled ECN missions. Various improvements to FPS-based missions, UI, video and lighting improvements to comm calls. FPS improved the look and the feel to the character jump mechanics. Updated ragdoll properties to improve look and feel in all situations. Polished to smooth out first-person turns and crouch turns. So, we have more. Ship and vehicles. Revised the P-52 Merlin. Updated the HUD on the Gladius. Decreased the hull strength of the Arrow. Increased the hull strength of the Reliant. And slightly increased the hull strength of the Cutter I. Removed the ability to change points on the VMA and the Area Commander Vehicle Editor, as it had applied an unintentional solution. The ability to swap out paints on the Aurora and the Grey Cat will be added back at a later date. Updated just quantum drives for increased durability and more distinctions from other classes. Further updates to ship weapon audio, rework shield values and functionality. Rework the ship shields to so power settings only impacts Renegade. Tone down the shield shader VFX. Change the shield gen delay to be per generator rather than per face. Overclocking no longer affects shield allocations, rate or hardening. Updated Prospector's main engine with VFX. Updated all AI hammerheads to gunship type fight behaviors. Updated ship weapon audio. Increase the damage output of missiles. And increase the cooling of the Dragon and the Nox thrusters to make them more usable. Major bug fixes. Missiles should no longer be able to be countermeasured appropriately. So missiles should now be countermeasured appropriately. Fixed missing thruster damage effects for the 300 series. Ship controls for the Nox should now animate when strafing. ICFS sounds for couple crews should now work on all ships. Customize the 325As should no longer have mismatched cargo holds. Strafing should now animate the Cutlass HOTAS. The HUD should now properly update when changing fire modes on the KSAR scalpel. Players should no longer get stuck inside of ArcCorp rooftops when they go prone. Players should no longer be able to vault or mantle from crouch. Players should no longer be able to force pass out by jumping. Sorry, Vertigo, you've just had your bad day, I suppose. Loading into Area Commander as a spectator should no longer cause an infinite loading screen. The comms MFDs should now properly update. Added an introduction to the interior of the cargo bay of the 300 series to avoid players getting stuck. The Eclipse radar should no longer be reversed. Fixed a flip head to smooth tracking. Issue when fast turns on foot. Fixed for visual blurring of rotating asteroids. The altitude flight HUD should now appear properly when flying in Delmar. Just content drives should now have a distinct feel from other types. The Reliant series should now be able to store handheld cargo. Combat music should no longer see much louder than others. Fixed missing radar on customized ships. Fixed weapons should no longer aim towards the target if gimbaled when assist mode. Target HUD markers should no longer appear if the player isn't facing them. Increase the health of destructible turrets so they can't be destroyed with melee attacks. Turret movement audio should now properly play. Updated spline jumps to avoid impacts with planetary bodies. Fixed a visual issue with the Valkyrie camo skin. Assisted gimbals should no longer wander when no target is locked and the ship is in motion. Okay. The undersuits should no longer display thruster effects when not in EVA. I did notice that. When I was constantly getting out of bed and stuff and moving around, there was constant VFX for the thrusters. Using automated landing at rest stops should no longer cause the ship to move away rather than land. Also noticed that the other day as well. Ship engine and idle glows should now properly be off when the ship is off. Fixed an issue where scan blob contact VFX were played for everyone in the area. Rudo's face should now appear. Female characters should now sit in the co-pilot seat of the Superholo correctly. Party launch and join friends should now work. Yay! From the main menu. And yeah. Okay, so that's the patch notes, guys. Kind of long, kind of in depth. Look, at the end of the day, I'm really happy that we've got 3.6. I've been wanting it for a while. I want to play it. I want to see what it's like. So yeah, look, at the end of the day, unfortunately I have work tonight. And I'll start playing Hellion again, which you can't quit easily. But yeah, I'm going to play Star Citizen, and I'm going to upload some footage, and I'll be doing videos, guys, for the next week or two, at least, with Star Citizen. And also I've got a mate at work who's been playing it lately. So when it goes to live, obviously him and I will be jumping in, and hopefully my internet will be sorted out by then. Apart from that, guys, look, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Are you excited for 3.6? Are you a little bit upset that it obviously has taken so long for it to come out? Or at the end of the day, you're like, yeah, look, I'd rather it take a little longer to come out and to be a good patch. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Apart from that, guys, obviously this video has been helpful. Please smack that like button if you're new to the channel. Welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, look, at the end of the day, we'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy.